welcome to a playthrough of Mini Metro, an add-on to my series. Recently they put up 3 new cities, Washington D.C, Mumbai and I forget the third one. Nope, don't know which one it is. Might have been Istanbul. Might have been one of the others. I'll figure it out. But I figured I would add them to my Let's Play list. So, I played Washington D.C. twice up to this point. Best I got was 1969, and that wasn't the first time I tried it. I did worse the second time round. So I thought I'd record the third attempt. So, here we go with the joys of Washington D.C., which is close to where I currently live. It's pretty much the same as the others, apart from, of course, you've got the Potomac River all around it. And it tends to start out nice and gentle. I say tends to, then of course it does that to me. Now, there are achievements for the first, well, sorry, the new 3 towns / cities. You get 1 achievement for transporting 500 passengers, and for Washington D.C, if you transport 2100 passengers, you get another Steam achievement. And as you may or may not know and / remember from my previous comments, I kind of like Steam achievements. They're just, to me, fun. And I might as well put that to attach to that station as well. So what I've tended to find in Washington DC in the previous whole 2 times I played it is that you always start nicely in the middle somewhere, then it tends to create a mess out this way and a mess out over this way. Let's try that way. And while it's still also expanding upwards, but that's normally not so bad. It does of course start you with 3 tunnels, which is always nice, so you're not desperate for tunnels considering the amount of rivers you've got to deal with. But it does play quite well, normally up to, I don't know, as I played it twice, so what can I really say normally up to? About the 1,000-1,200 passenger mark. Then it suddenly starts going nuts, and there's passengers all over the place. Now, having ridden on the DC Metro, it's not too dissimilar to the fact that the DC Metro is nuts. When it's working, it's okay. However, as with all things DC, working is pretty much an exception rather than actual normality. I'll take the tunnels. Never hurts to have more tunnels. And we'll throw an extra train on that line to make sure it's nice and efficient, as this blue line is nice and short currently. But yes, like I'm saying, anything inside DC, the term "it works" is always A, relative, and B, amazing that anything inside DC actually works. And it'd be nice to get a triangle or a square over here, just to break up these circles so I can actually join the lineup. And if trying to remember the other scenarios, Mumbai is small trains and lots of passengers. This is relatively standard, I must admit. This is just like the other cities, it's just the amount of water it's got and how cruel it's going to be when it places stations, which, if you know anything about this game, is normally quite cruel. Yes, why am I not surprised that's another circle? But we'll do that. I suppose I could move that up to there for now. I can always take it back off again later. But I figured, why not have the blue line actually go to the one unique symbol I've currently got. And of course that's another circle. But I'm getting better at straightening out sharp corners as well. I'm more proactive and more aware of them. This is not a phrase that's normally associated with me, aware. Oh, good. Triangle. That's that. Now if you can try and drop those off, I will pick you up and turn you around to go the other way. Why? Because I prefer all my trains going one way. Doesn't matter if it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, I just prefer them going one way. That way they don't tend to skip passengers at stations, they all tend to pick up passengers. That bit's getting a bit messy, but that's the end of that week. We'll take an extra line. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the extra line, but I may split this bit out or redo this bit in a certain way and use the extra line over here somewhere. Depends where it gives me the next station. So essentially I'm holding off judgment until that point. And now I will see if I can do this as I want to. Yes, it still gives me two circles together. Now if we do that to there, then up to there, that will do for now. It depends what else appears, but I'm still going to do that to that point as well, as I seem to be getting loads of crosses on this line. That would be nice. You had to go give me a triangle. Alright, fine, we will adapt this system. I am nothing if not adaptable. Okay, I'm nothing, but, you know, what can I say? Well, I can say quite a lot, but it probably wouldn't be very interesting. Yes, and so far, it's only done about a couple of hundred passengers, but as with all these wonderful scenarios, depending how you start and set up your system, depends how much of a mess you're going to make of your system. And this one, to be honest, is going, infrastructure-wise, better than expected. Last time I played this scenario, I think I had about 5 circles in a row down here, and another about 3 over here. And of course I could speed this up to get it moving, but I like playing this at a nice gentle pace. Yes, I know I'm weird. If I do that, yeah, that will work. This red line, however, is getting large. But thankfully, oh, and I'm out of tunnels. Which is never a good thing, because I have my currently yellow emergency line, but if I haven't got a tunnel to put it across, I don't want an interchange. I will, however, give that to the blue line, so the blue line becomes a little more efficient. Good, I can actually live with that. Of course, if I get a nice station here, I can't join that up because I need a tunnel. Well, 4 tunnels in use. Okay, I thought I should have 5. I do have 5 tunnels in use. 1, 2, 3, 4. Duh, I forgot to count the orange one. Yes, my stupidity doesn't actually know any bounds. Now I seem to have lost the ability to count, and we'll give the red line the carriage just to make sure it stays efficient while I'm not paying it any attention. Well, it's normally an emergency line, but I don't like the way that was going, so I'll run the yellow line over there as well. And hopefully at the end of Sunday I'll get another line and or a tunnel. I'll accept either right now. Okay, we'll back the yellow line off a bit and go directly down there. A bit straighter. The orange line's getting a bit choked up. Yes, I just don't have any tunnels, otherwise I'd do something different, I think. Oh well. Yes, I never said this was going to be an efficient or good one, or I was going to beat my previous best score, because, well, A, I'm out of practice with this game because it's been a while. I still like it, I still play it. I play an occasional scenario on rare occasions, but the fact they gave me 3 new scenarios to play with got me interested again. And it's actually kind of odd. They're developing new scenarios for this game, which has been out for quite some time. I'll take the tunnels while I get the chance. And yeah, I'm not paying any more for it. They're not charging me for these new scenarios. So, and I would have thought they would be spending more time on developing a mini Metro 2 or whatever game is next out of their development lab, rather than improving this one, because it's not generating any more money for them by doing it. I doubt it's generating many more sales for them by adding a couple of 2 or 3 more scenarios. I do appreciate the fact they do it. I think it's a wonderful thing for the developer to do, but I'm just surprised because I don't see the upside for the developer. Keeps fans like me happy, but still not seeing an upside to keeping me happy. It's software development. Software development is about selling the software, and I can't see. That's in a place I didn't like. Didn't want that circle. Suppose I could do it that way. Thank you. Use one of the tunnels and then connect up there as well, and down there, and that'll make a nice little mess of everything. Well, we'll even attach to there and there, and actually we'll attach you to there as well. That should make it challenging to look at, and challenging for me to find the actual problems. Of course, I don't have an emergency line, do I? Not great. I don't really want to pull that one out there, even though it would break up those 2 triangles, and that puts 2 circles together, but that's how I'm going to do. I'm also going to attach that, and which way went it? Attach that in a nice little loop. I like loops. I always think they always seem to be more efficient to me. May not be true, but it always seems that way. Carriage or an interchange. We'll take a carriage. And I'm thinking that this one could do with a second train. And that guy can have a carriage. So I have no tunnels, no emergency line, and 1 spare train for you to use to throw in there in case of emergency. Yeah, I can see this going well, because things like this always go so well for me. I say that, it could go worse. Probably won't, but it could. Like, I'm not liking this way that circle is building up there. Everything else looks okay-ish. Oh, thank you for that circle. That's really where I didn't want one. But okay. Yes, and if you remember when I started this scenario, it was these 3 stations right in the middle of the map, and you couldn't see to the other side of that river. And now look how far out it goes. It's kind of expansive, this map. You can create really long lines, which are not necessarily efficient because the trains have to travel a long way to actually service the lines. But we can actually do that. Oh, dole. Is that going to work? Not really. Yeah, that's not going to expand out that way. Alright, well, it'll live with that one sharp corner for the moment. But I still like this game. Either way, I'm getting a sharp corner over there now. I suppose I could redraw that line and dole. Alright, I'll take the tunnels. Just trying to think how would I... Yep, I can redraw this line a little better, I think, by doing that and that. That removes that sharp corner. Okay, just looking at dumping all those triangles off there. Seemed a bit of a silly situation, but we're going to use one of the spare trains on that station because it's becoming a bit of a problem, and I can't use my usual tactic of having an emergency line because I don't have a train line to spare. And of course, the beauty of playing this on a nice big screen as I currently am is it looks very pretty. The downside of playing this on a nice big screen is you tend to forget to look in certain directions, so you don't actually notice problems frequently until too late. But I needed to get to another Sunday. I need another line. I want an emergency line. Oh, I thought that was going to be a circle, just to really be inconvenient. But yes, I could do with another train on the yellow line as well. The blue line is incredibly efficient because it's incredibly small. We'll do that, as the red line has enough challenges. I really would like a nice little station about there, so I could pull that line out and get rid of that one sharp corner. But you can't have always what you want in this game. It's not designed to be necessarily nice to you. In fact, it's designed to be really rather horrible and cruel to you at times. New locomotive. Couldn't you have given me another line? Wouldn't that have been nice? Of course it would have been nice, that's why you didn't do it. But you were nice to me and gave me that. Yes, again, not perfect because two circles next to each other, but unless it was a square, it was never going to be perfect anyway. Let's put you on the yellow line, that general direction. So I still have a spare train in case of emergency. And I'm starting to think this is going to become the place to use it. Well, I've scored over 1,000, which is never bad. It's never great. You know, this is, trying to give me an award for scoring over 2,100. 1,000 doesn't actually mean you did particularly brilliantly. But, and this is not going to end well, and that's not going to help. Oh dear. Well, we'll do that. Yes. This is definitely not going to end well. Where's one of these blue trains that's not doing much? Congratulations, you've just changed lines. Yes, like I say, I need an emergency line so I can do something useful. But, oh, now I've got 4 circles in a row. No, I said I wanted to... Okay, if we do... Yeah, we'll do that. Not great, but it's... Oh, while you're there, attached to there. Again, I'm making this up on the fly and not doing a particularly brilliant job of it. But that's not unusual for me. At least I've got rid of sharp corners. Alright, we move you down there, move you up there, and I don't want to do that. Oh good, a line, right. Now, dum-dum-dum. How do I want to do this? There, 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 and then there. Actually, we'll go there as well. Okay. Oh, thank you. Another circle, just where I didn't need a circle. Oh, and a nice sharp corner now. But now I have my emergency line, I feel happier that I can actually deal with crises as necessary. Of course I won't, but I feel happier that I can. It's me. If there's a way of screwing up and failing by my own stupidity, I'm guaranteed to find it. It's what I do and do well. Better, but it could be worse. Yes, now I moved one of the trains off the blue line, that's becoming horribly inefficient too. But I needed the train. Oh, thank you for that circle. Because you can never have too many circles. Those 3 circles in a row are definitely going to become extremely problematic. But I must admit, it's a better score than I was thinking I was going to get when I started. Alright, let's use my emergency line and run it straight down there. That's what he's designed for. Stop problems becoming... Oh, stopping problems becoming major problems. Doesn't always go to plan. Just like that's going to become a problem. Yep. We'll take the carriage. We've got an emergency line. Right. Ah, good. Right. Which way are you going? Right. Well, go and join him somewhere. Right, another circle. You have a carriage. Okay, where are my problem areas? Hello, problem child. That's a nice place to put a triangle for me. Very kind of you. Yes, my head is going backwards and forwards like a yo-yo at this moment, trying to figure out where the next problem is going to come from. Preferably before it happens. Well, that's not so bad now. I've got a triangle in the middle that broke them up. Yep, head still going backwards and forwards like a yo-yo. Ah. Well, we'll put the blue line out there because it's got the most capacity. And where do you need to go? Mainly over there somewhere. Okay. I've known worse situations to be in. Also known better situations to be in, but I've known worse. Oh, you had to go give me a circle, didn't you? Well, it's only on the blue line, as was the most efficient before it suddenly became the home of all the circles. Run that down there just in anticipation of forthcoming problems. And a carriage. Right, you have a carriage. Here's something. Right, we're just going to run you straight down there for the moment, just to stop you being a problem. I've got a spare train, haven't I? How easy is to go on the red or the yellow line? And we'll go with the red. And you need to go that way. Okay, nice of you to put that there. What can we do with you? Oh, that's why I heard a bleep down here. Okay. Right, let's put you over there. And yeehaw, unexpectedly I've actually reached the, whatever it was, 2100 passenger requirement that I had for whatever it is that Steam achievement, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry, my brain is a little occupied at the moment seeing all the problems and trying to think of a way to avoid some of them. Like the fact that this one's going badly even though a big red train has just gone past it. That shouldn't be such a problem, but apparently I've got challenges. This one, who can go over there somewhere. New locomotive and a new carriage. Okay, where do you want to go? We'll shove you over there for now. Oh, apparently we won't. And again, I wasn't paying attention to the right side of the screen. But that actually went better than I expected. 2,360 passengers over 78 days. Well, that's it for this Washington D.C. mini metro scenario. I hope you enjoyed or found it useful or anything, really. And hopefully I will see you down the road.